I had this opportunity where I could do something I really loved and I really cherished, and I screwed that up. So I'm going to do something a little different today than what I've done before. I'm actually going to give you a glimpse into my past. To do that, we're going to go down to the basement, somewhere I don't think you've been yet in my house. I don't usually go down here because, well, it's kind of loud and my parents don't keep it the nicest. My dad takes up the right side, my mom takes up the left side. My dad tends to hoard a lot of his trinkets. He has books on books on books on books, and he's got plenty of other things underneath this desk over here. Then we have the lovely treadmill, workout bench, a little TV. And then we have my mother's side of the basement, where she does all her crafting. But none of this really matters. What I want to show you is even further back into the basement, into our storage area. Get one more light. And from here, I can show you what I used to do. I used to be an artist. That's not to say when you become an artist, you can stop becoming an artist. I've never stopped becoming an artist. It's just my means of what I do to become an artist has changed. This is one I made back when I was just a teenager in Omaha, Nebraska. I was really trying for something different when I made this. I traced my hand out onto the paper, and I wanted to give some kind of glimpse behind my hand. When you look into it, you can kind of see the tendons and the bones and some flesh on top of it. And then it went down to the old-fashioned watch I had. I was really into fedoras and ties, and I just carried that on through this whole picture, and you can see part of the eyeball, some of the teeth. And this gun was actually the most difficult part to make. I had to look it up on how this looked, and I decided, well, I'm going to show where the hammer meets the pin and shoots the bullet, and then the barrel that it comes out of. And I don't remember what I called this. I had some witty, dumb name for it, but it escapes me now. This is another one I made. I made this one entirely out of Sharpie and charcoal. The idea of this is that when you're in your mind, you kind of get consumed by your personalities. So this guy here thinks he's taking out everything in his life. Everything that he thought he is or was, he's destroying all the personalities and things that take him down. The reality is that his personalities are eating him and killing him and choking him to death. There's a Harley Quinn kind of weird person that just accepts who they are and lives with it. The other person who just obviously is being eaten by their personality and can never change it. And there's a person that's tormented with multiple personalities that can never escape. And this is actually me as a 13-year-old running out of a door by imagination, trying to be attacked by all these different personalities I didn't know. And the goal of this was for me to get down here to the other side of my creative mind without getting trapped by all these personalities. This one's a little more morbid, but it's one I really liked. I've never been really good at painting, but I made this one for my mom, believe it or not. So in the background you can see there's all these people floating up on balloons into this giant sky, and there's these rings going down in kind of mute colors. It took me a long time to make all those colors. My parents never liked me when I made this one, but I love it just because I think the mask looks amazing on here. Yeah, it's kind of a naked woman, but whatever. I didn't have any main inspiration behind it, but I just thought it was such a cool idea and topic. I had a very limited amount of gold paint, so I took advantage of that, kind of made this weird armor for this weird goddess. You know, believe it or not, I actually used to be a well-known artist in Omaha. I used to be in the Joslyn Museum. I actually studied at the Kent Bellows Art Studio. It was basically a foundation set up after Kent Bellows himself died, and I was taught by his nephew and many other local artists on how to do a variety of things. These are just a couple of things I've made. Some of these have actually been up in the museum. So I used to do that almost religiously. I wanted to be an artist when I was younger, but I never carried it through. I never finished it. And that's been one of my biggest regrets in life. You know, I had this opportunity where I could do something I really loved and I really cherished, and I screwed that up. I left it because I kind of got bored and I didn't want to deal with drama at the art studio. But this art studio gave me so much in life that I can never get back. I will never in my life ever be able to go back there and redo the things I've done and continue my legacy that I left in those museums and in the artwork I did. I left that. That's on me. It's on no one else's fault, but it's on me. And I know there's so many things in life that we wish we could go back and change, but we can't. There's no way we can go back and change some of the decisions we made that we wish we never did. But I'll tell you what. You don't have to go back. You just got to keep it in your mind to never make that decision again. If you never make that decision again of giving up on something you started, then you'll never regret not finishing it in the future. After I left the art studio, something that became ingrained in me is this saying that just speaks to me. And I try and use it in my everyday life, and I tell as many people about it as I can. And it's this: there is no victory without sacrifice, and love is sacrifice always. This is like a trifecta, a little trinity, if you will. It means if there's something you want to succeed at, there's something that you truly want to take hold of and achieve, you have to sacrifice something to get that. It does not come easy-handed to you. For other people, it is, but that's not a victory for them. That's just another step in life that they don't even care about. For you, maybe it's a victory of getting 100 subscribers. Maybe it's a victory of losing some weight. Maybe it's just the victory of getting up earlier in the morning or making new friends or just being able to wake up and go to sleep at a certain time. Whatever it is, you can have that victory, but you have to make a sacrifice somewhere in your life to achieve that. And many times, those sacrifices that you make are better for you. Like, if you want to have the sacrifice of losing weight, then you have to work out more, which means less time on the computer, or you have to eat better, which means not spending so much money on fast food. Waking up earlier, going to bed sooner, that benefits your metabolism. It benefits how you just function during the day. Everything we do, if we want to succeed at it, yeah, we have to make sacrifices. And I hate saying this to people, and I hate people saying it to me, but that's life. If you don't make those sacrifices, and you don't make those decisions that are so important, so incredibly important in life, you will never succeed. You will never have that personal victory. The last part of my saying is this: sacrifice is love always. If you truly love something, then you have to understand that sacrifice comes along with that. I wanted to have a victorious life in art, and I truly did love it, but the one thing missing in that was the sacrifice. I didn't want to do any of that because I couldn't put up with a couple of whiny people in my art studio. So I gave up where I was at the art studio, and that was my last chance. That was my only chance, my one shot, and I blew it. If I had never made the decision not to sacrifice getting annoyed once in a while, I could have actually done what I wanted to do in life, and that's be an artist, to be the one thing that I know God created me to be the thing that I know I'm passionate about. But I couldn't make that sacrifice. So I lost my victory, but I still have my love. Now my art form has changed to become more of YouTube videos because it's really interesting to me. I'm not professional at it. I'm not great at doing things with it. But I make the sacrifice of time because I want to be victorious in my endeavors of building some kind of special community on YouTube. And I love this community idea, and I love YouTube. So I'm going to keep doing this. And it's time for you to make that same decision. I lost my chance when it came to my art because I didn't love it enough to make the sacrifice to be victorious in it. So just remember, the next time you do something that you enjoy and you want to do everything you can, put your all into it and be victorious in it, you have to make a sacrifice somewhere if you truly love this thing or person. Never give up. If there's something you want to do in life, just do it. And don't let other people tell you not to do it. If it's something you can do and you are able to and you love to do it, then go out and do it, and don't give up just because of some dumb reason, because someday you're going to wake up and you're going to regret never, ever doing it. You're going to wake up and realize you never did it because of some dumb reason. Don't let that be you. You need to be the best you can possibly be, and you need to work now and play later, because if you don't, you're gonna end up like me. And I have no idea what I'm doing in life, because frankly I've thrown a lot of opportunities out because of dumb reasons.